It is time now for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, February 17th, 2016. Good morning and afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. And these are the top stories at 11 o'clock here on this Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon here. And our top story at 11 a.m. here is Tech Chat, Apple, and FBI appear to head for a deepening confrontation. Wednesday, after the company's chief pledged to fight federal demands to help mine data from an iPhone used by one of the shooters in December terror attacks in San Bernardino. President Obama offers Trump a candid advice. Being president not a talk show or reality show, as reality being president isn't easy as. That's the message President Obama had for GOP frontrunner Donald Trump on Tuesday, making clear he believes the only very celebrated is highly unqualified. Pope Francis will celebrate his historic mass at the border between Mexico and the United States Wednesday afternoon. Holy Father plans to walk to the Rio Grande do Sul border of the Union of the U.S. Hong Kong. China has deployed surface-to-air missiles on an island in the parcel chain in the South China State. The Taiwan government has seen the U.S. said. South Dakota State Legislature anti-transgender bill passed by LGBT and civil liberties groups says the South Dakota Senate passed a bill Tuesday that essentially asks transgender students to choose bathroom combinations that don't reflect their gender identity. Donald Trump explains his use of foul language in a Supreme Court decision to Stephen Colbert last night. Damascus, Syria. The latest on it. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has criticized the United States for not backing Turkey's proposals. Boutros Ghali, former UN Secretary General, dead at the age of 93. And a move intended to intimidate North Korea, the United States sent on Wednesday its most advanced stealth fighter jets to the Osan Air Base in preparation for the largest ever joint military exercise the next month into South Korea. Kampala. Ugandans are preparing to vote in the presidential and parliamentary elections on Thursday after candidates concluded their campaigns on Tuesday. Istanbul, Turkey, a Russian soccer player was suspended 10 games by the European Football Administration for wearing a t-shirt featuring the face of Vladimir Putin. Geneva, Switzerland, a United Nations agency said it had delivered a letter of a strong warning to North Korea after Pyongyang and its launch of the Earth observation satellite. Madrid, Spanish court agreed to extradite a businessman allegedly involved in selling $33 million of fake art to Manhattan galleries over the course of 20 years. Sophia Loren was excited to have won $200 of scratch chicken and she saw. Glenn Williams, a homeless man shivering in the cold while panning by a stop sign in New Bedford, was easy to put away the money as a wearing woman user. Lottery winners to give a homeless man a place to sleep. Elliot Spitzer's latest tale should be believed. Investigators so far have found firearms, explosives, spilled food in a trench of human feces at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge, federal prosecutor said. He really chose the mess with the wrong guy. Accused feet was exposed on social media Monday after being caught on camera swiping birthday presidents off the porch of the Navy intelligence analyst's home. In Atlanta, Senator Bernie Sanders received a warm welcome from nearly 5,000 students at Morehouse College, the latest stopping in his tour of historically black universities and colleges. Washington, concerns about flooding on the East Coast are rising due to heavy rainfall combined with warming temperatures and melting snow. Reno, Nevada. Days after the Nevada Democratic caucuses, a new poll shows former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders nearly tied. Encouraged by Iran said on Wednesday that it would resist any plan to restrict this oil output as fellow OPEC ministers try to persuade the country to join the first global oil pact in 15 years. U.S. stocks advanced Wednesday as upbeat earnings lifted the consumer discretionary sector. A rallying oil prices also boosted sentiment, but trading was choppy. U.S. manufacturing output rose on January by the most since 2015 in July. The industry was starting to stabilize at the beginning of the year. New York U.S. stocks are rising on a pickup in the factory output and the recovery in the price of oil. The market was on track for its third gain in a row. Okay, take a look at the stocks now. Up $2.03 for 28 points at 16,399 for 69. SP 500. Up 20% 4 points at 1924.32, and Nasdaq up 8,291 at 4,519.86. Washington, the U.S. Navy has given Rolls-Royce a $117.7 billion contract modification to procure MV-22 aircraft engines for both the U.S. Marine Corps and Japan. New York crude oil prices soared Wednesday, traded as petroleum ministers review production levels at Iran, even as Iran maintains defensive market share. Researchers have discovered a new flower species that is likely to ancestor to many plants limited today. Physicists working with a laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory in NASA on February 11th for the first time in history, gravitational waves have been detected. Back when the actor was a swamp about 53 million years ago, it was home to a flightless bird with a head the size of the forest. When a group of scientists returned to Antarctica's Cape Denison in 2014, they realized one of 15,000 adult penguins were missing. While the rest of the world focused on hunting down mosquitoes with a stick, a group of doctors and researchers in Argentina published a report making it a provocative argument of pesticide rather than a virus with a blame for alarming. After scientists mapped the mountain's brain, he was able to control fingers attached to the pesticide just by fingering out movement. Flavored drinks served by the likes of Starbucks can contain up to 25 teaspoons of sugar per serving, according to a new report by a British campaign on Grip Action and Sugar. Unknown Turpus sign has posted an actual local crisis online telephone double log Caltrade tracks and power outside of his phone. And his file photo. In Denver, New Hampshire, a 3-alarm fire at High Street UAD Command reported crews resuming an offensive posture can those remain DWH. Denver, New Hampshire, 3rd alarm fire at High Street, crews working on the 3rd alarm fire that outdoor size step search and identify attempt. And Peter Childers time is now 11:07 in the morning time. Time out for a sports report here. Tonight, the Norton Lancers boys basketball team is at high school. Tonight, taking on the Westwood Wolverines. Game time 6:30 p.m. here. Columbus, Ohio. The Columbus Blue Jackets have battled from the bottom of the basement to collect points to the 6 straight games to climb the way up into the standings. The stretch 4 position at St. Getty's team of the Detroit Pistons constructed his glue that keeps everything together to just about hit the 3-pointers all for the space it can be left to the force of the back by the pick and roll heavy offense. Gerard Mayo, leader of the Patriots in defense since he was drafted in 2008, and that's to say that he's chosen to retire. Mayo was made 2 Pro Bowls and a 2008 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sent his message he's retired, the Patriot. Los Angeles Frank Griffin had apologized to the bunch of Los Angeles Clippers staff members last month, saying he wishes he could take back the incident with left him with a broken right hand and a play with facial injuries. Peter Childers is now 11:07 on this Wednesday morning, going into Wednesday afternoon. Sign out for Trevor Report here. Let's start it on where Route 37 on the westbound side, also after Route 95 in Crescent here. 138 on the westbound side, also on the Newport Bridge. 138 eastbound side, also Jamestown before the Newport Bridge here. Southeast Express with both ends, also for Dorchester right in the Bass Pike. On the Mass Pike of the eastbound side, got an accident in Natick. Around Route 30, so expect some delays here. But otherwise, Eastern Massachusetts highways are looking good, and Rhode Island highways are looking good here. Down in Connecticut here, and Wilbercross Highway a little slow, down to New Haven and Bridgeport stretches here. I-84 on the eastbound side, a little slow in the Newtown stretch, and hit brakes again on I-84 on the eastbound side around the Meriden stretch around 691 and I-84 on the westbound side, a little slow to the Bristol stretch here. And highways in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine are looking good here. I-89 on the southbound side, a little slow after the Canadian border up in Vermont. Okay, take a look at NVTA alerts here at 11:08, 11:09 here. Ferries are looking good here on the commuter rail, looking good here, and on the subway system. Green Line experiencing minor eastbound delays to disabled train at Heinz Convention Center Station here, and otherwise, subway systems are looking good in MBTA. Peter Chelderdusab is now 11:09 here on this Wednesday morning and going to the Wednesday afternoon here, and it is time now for a weather report here. And our 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, both sides got about 44 degrees, west about 7 miles an hour. For tonight, forecast got about 24 degrees, west about 8 miles an hour. For Thursday, both sides got about 36 degrees, north about 9 miles an hour. For tonight, both sides got about 17 degrees, north about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Friday, both sides got about 40 degrees, light and variable wind becoming south and 5 to 8 miles in the afternoon. Friday night, a chance of snow showers after 8 p.m. Blitz will be made after 1 a.m. Most guys got about 29 degrees, just based on 30%. Saturday, parts of the most guys got about 48 and about 32 degrees. Sunday, most of the podcast guys have about 49 about 32 degrees. Monday, parts of the most guys about 46 about 29 degrees. And for Tuesday, parts of the guys have about 42 degrees. Currently here, Norton, it's 44 and fair, and the humidity of 51%. And that is going to be it for Peter Channel. 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, February 17, 2016. Peter was here. Have a good morning, afternoon, and a good positive day. I'll see you at 4 o'clock for a 4 o'clock report. Have a good afternoon here.